Legacy of the Crystal Shard with DM Patrick. Before Patrick takes it away, I would like to remind everyone to check out our doobly-doo down below for our sister shows and the link to our joint Discord, along with our link for Extra Life supporting Toronto Sick Kids Hospital. With that, take it away, Patrick.
Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome, everyone, to session 16. I am Patrick. I will be running everything tonight as the game master. Joining me are...
Hello, everybody. My name is Chris. I am playing Radigan Conover, and I'm an artificer. That means I solve problems.
Yeah, I solve probably just a little bit less than you actually make. Hi, everyone. I am Tara. Sorry, I'm Tara, and I'm playing Cithrin, the Silver Dragonborn Great Weapon Fighter.
Okay, and I assume I'm next here. So I'm Lorne, and I'm playing Jalkin Liet, the Vengeance Paladin, who is a fallen Asmar.
I am Brendan, and I will be playing the Great Ezekiel, a half-elven bard of the College of Law.
Hi everyone, Nabil here. I'll be playing as Duma, Boldstrike, a Minotaur barbarian following the path of the ancestral guardian.
Hi, Ian, and I'll be playing Augustus Constantine, the Forge Cleric of Moradin.
Hi, I'm Stephanie, and I'm playing Cassandra Bowman Whitaker, Divination Wizard and Super Fangirl.
And it is morning where we pick up, so roll me your rolls, please.
Stephanie.
Oh, right, my rolls.
Ooh.
8 into 18. That's a good spread.
All right, I'm writing those down.
Last session, our party was caught in the midst of a zombie infestation. They welcomed Jalkin back into the fold. You fought waves of zombies, including a zombified Oliesha, who was one of the original caravan guards who came with you from Luskan up to Bryn Shander. A pitched battle ensued as zombies continued to find their way into the dwarven hall that you were in under Kelvin's cairn, including at the end an ogre zombie. Battered and bruised, you did finally manage to put them down, with Jalkin getting the final blow in on the ogre. After that, you rested for the remainder of the night, and in the morning, Gus, Radigan, along with the aid of Jalkin and Duma, destroyed the micro shard of the crystal shard that you had found on Beyric, the current leader of this dwarven enclave, and you destroyed the rest of the black ice in Kelvin's cairn in Moradin's forge. You have then been brought out for sort of a breakfast meal. Some of the dwarves that have all now fallen in line under Helda Silverstream, thanks to Ezekiel telling Beyric and suggesting that he make his people give their weapons back and now listen to Helda. They are still sort of grumbly and angry, and you can tell there are some lingering effects, but their effects are lesser than Beyric's, whose mind seems almost to just be sort of twisted and warped, and it's hard getting full information from him. But what you have gleaned is that he sold weapons to a group of hobgoblins known as the Kulkur Zul, or People of the Dragon, at some point. And you learned from Beldora, the Harper spy, that Valish Gant has a person inside the pirate organization that is wreaking havoc across Lakdanishir, presumably because of a large black ice ship ram that Beyric created for Akar Kessel, the undead wizard who a century before had attempted to take over Icewind Dale. You also learned that the way to get Gant out of power is presumably to convince the other speakers to oust him rather than try a full frontal assault, and that Slim, the were-rat who is helping run his criminal schemes and protection rackets, is currently in East Haven, where Gant's next move is presumably going to be. You also heard that Stokely Silverstream, the leader of these dwarves, might have gone to Lonelywood, but nobody yet is quite sure where Speaker Duvessa Shane from Bryn Shander escaped to. With that huge sort of information dump, we pick up as you guys are finishing your breakfast. Helda has just come in from scouring what was left behind by Stokely and his crew before they left, and she delivers you 4 potions of greater healing as a way of thanking you, as well as a couple of scrolls, one of knock and one of I have a different
scroll
word
of
here.
Finger snap.
Yeah, no, it is wow, it's in your loot tracker, and I wrote down something else, so I must have changed my mind at some point. It's a scroll of chromatic orb and a scroll of knock that she has managed to find, and she apologizes but she says they're the only ones that weren't in Dwarvis, and they're written in common, so you'll be able to use them or transcribe them as you see fit. And she just sort of places them down on the table.
Me? Does if nobody else minds, I mean, I'm the one who can actually use them.
Yeah.
Take
I'll
them,
go
my
around
friend.
with that.
Now,
We did call dibs.
I see in the party fund that we have 4 potions of greater healing.
Yeah, I
How
thought
have
Patrick
those
said
been?
greater.
Yeah, he
You
did.
did
For some
say
reason, so
greater.
I changed it in the party loop, but I've changed it back.
I thought he said greater
He
too.
did say greater.
Well, and I misspoke. So I'll say 1 potion of greater healing and 3 regular ones.
That's how you
How
get an
are
extra
those
potion
getting
of greater
distributed?
healing.
Oh, yeah.
And I will listen back to this when we're done. And if you guys are lying with me, I'll get you.
Well, no, because I heard
I
it as well. So
Hey, don't blame me. I'm just reading what's on the party fund.
I blame Brandon.
I'll take
And
a potion. Okay.
so
I'll
with
take-
this, I mean,
yeah.
Helda is going to ask, what your plans are, because I know you have your friend in Lonelywood that you've been talking to. I know there's, the zombies that are still sort of out there on the tundra, and as well as what's going on in East Haven. Where do you think you'll start?
That is a good
East
question.
Haven. I believe East Haven was where we said we should go next. Yes. Slim, we have a score to settle with him.
Yeah, if I know, if we run into Slim, he's, I think, our priority right now. I'm not sure.
Eldora will say he would probably be a good way to incriminate Valish Gant, or whoever this person is that he has implanted in the pirate crew. I don't have that name, but he's definitely got someone on the inside. Either one of them would be able to out him as being the ringleader of all of these events.
Well, I say head to East Marches. That seems to be the. It seems we should probably secure that place against Ship Rethner influence first, and then we can use that as a base of operation. Start striking out. And pirates seem mighty fine too. Wouldn't mind dealing with them at some point.
Well, so I'll show you on the map where you guys are. You're currently at the cairn, and you will be passing Caer Konig and Caer Dinaval, which are two cities that Helda and Beldor will be able to tell you have been completely overrun by the pirates these days and have been causing great issues on the lake. But nobody knows where the pirate base is. And East Haven is down there. So there's the path sort of down the main roadway, or there's the path through the mountains. Depending on which you guys might take, the roadway might be a little faster. Through the foothills for a while might be a little safer or quieter away from whatever men Gant and everybody else has out there.
Now, I'm not one to hide from no trouble, so I think taking the high road is probably the best way to go, or the low road in this case.
Well, if we are not trying to avoid trouble, could we take the lake? Try to provoke the pirates?
You could certainly try. Beldora says you might be able to find a ship out of Caer Konig, but they've been going after primarily larger fishing vessels. I don't know if they'll, you might have to find yourself onto one of those boats.
Well,
We could
you're
hire
in luck.
ourselves out as a crew.
Duma has.
I may be able
Duma's
to
very
help.
good at. Duma's very good at handling ships.
Yeah, I've got some experience handling ships in the past.
We've already sold ourselves out as guards before.
Alrighty then. Sounds good. Down to Caer Konig and see if we can secure ourselves a nice little fishing vessel to head on down to our destination. Possibly save ourselves a couple of days.
And killing two birds with one stone, not a bad idea.
Sounds like a plan.
I don't know that we will actually be able to provoke the pirates, but
We can always try.
if we do provoke the pirates and don't all perish horribly, would probably go a long way in Caer Konig and Caer Dinaval. Could go a long way in turning those towns against our foe.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, Beldora will say it's possible, but those towns are definitely a little more dangerous these days. They've definitely had issues with the pirates. But if you think that is how you wish to go, that is certainly a proper plan. I would take care, as Gant has certainly, I wouldn't say put a bounty on your head, but everyone I worked with, those men that I was pretending to be their boss, they certainly knew to keep an eye out for you.
Well, I wouldn't want to disappoint then. What do you say we head on out? After all, our fans are waiting for us.
It would not be good to disappoint them.
All right. All right, let us depart.
Okay, with that, you guys are able to take your leave. As you make your way through the southern end of the dwarven temple and then mine, you start to see that there are people that are still sort of doing their jobs and starting to clean things up as the influence of the black ice has been removed. And as you exit out back into the blinding sunshine, you see the weather is still clear and holding off. You can immediately feel the wind and the cold start to bite as you climb the stone steps out of the mountains. And, you get a first blast of sort of fresh, clean, cold air, which in its own way is very, very pleasant. But at the same time, yeah, you just get a small shiver, and your eyes have to adjust to this bright sunshine again.
Snow goggles?
Snow goggles down. Helda and Beldora, sort of wish you well, and uh, long days and pleasant nights, and hopefully we will meet up and find a way to oust this bastard Gant from Bryn Shander.
Radigan will tip his hat and say, have a pleasant morning, ma'am.
Good day,
with
ma'am.
With that, you guys can be on your way. About a half hour outside of the entrance to the dwarven stronghold, you come across a trio of trappers that have some fresh kills and wolf pelts and things slung over their shoulders, and they slow as you approach and very sort of cautiously greet you and wish you top of the morning. You can see that there is two of them are half elves and one is very clearly a human, but they don't seem ready to draw weapons, but they definitely seem a little cautious as they sort of approach and just hi and well met.
Moladin's blessing upon you, my friends.
You as well, sir. Are you coming from the cairn?
We travel south.
And you see they sort of eye each other up and they just say, is everything safe in the cairn?
Oh, it seems to be now.
There was a bit of trouble earlier. It's been well, at least
Interesting.
for now, it's been things are better.
The
Better than they
Lighthead
were.
Moladin has shone down upon them, and it has been purified.
Praise be!
Cithron just kind of rolled her eyes at that.
Yeah, what he said.
And they will ask, and where you be heading?
Oh, just doing a little camping down Lake Dinishare. I don't know, possibly heading down to Good Mead or Dugan's Hole. Seems like a good place for some fishing.
And they'll sort of chuckle and just say, well, good hunting to you. Keep your eyes out. We saw some of the crag cats hunting not too long ago, but we managed to avoid them. And we saw some smoke on the far side of the cairn that clearly looks like somebody or someone is camping out. And there's been tales of travelers disappearing on the roads. So just keep your heads on the swivel. Just keep an eye out and be safe.
Thank you for the warning.
Tip my hat and say much obliged. And if you're looking for a warm night's rest, quite possibly Kelvin's Cairn is once again open for that sort of business.
They smile and they say, well, we're more hoping to trade in some of these furs for some good quality gear and weaponry. So that's definitely good to hear. The towns aren't as friendly.
What kind of weaponry? Like what would you like it to be made of?
They just look around and just say, well, they're the best blacksmiths around here. We just need some basic blades. And he pulls out sort of an axe, and you can see part of the head is sort of snapped off, and he's like, nothing fancy. We just need some good hunting gear.
Okay.
Fair
If
enough.
anyone there offers you anything made of black ice, run away.
And he just kind of laughs and goes, why would I want a weapon made of ice?
You'll see, and then you're gonna probably not want to see. They'll get real possessive about it. They'll get real like wide-eyed and crazy about it. Just if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. The guys up at Kelvin's Cairn, good old dwarves, they're over that now. But if you see anyone else on the road, just be a little cautious and kind of steer clear from that, if you know what I mean.
They'll nod and they'll say, "Yeah, the last time we were in Carcanig, the ruffians were, I don't know, everyone's just on edge and meaner and a little more vicious than they used to be."
Well, we'll look into it for you.
They'll nod and just say, "Well, good. We could, with this winter coming on, we could use, every town we can sell our goods in and our furs and pelts as best we can. So good chatting and safe travels to y'all."
Insight check.
Go right ahead.
I'm a little concerned they're spies. 17.
17. You get the sense that they were suspicious of you, but not that they knew anything sort of more. They were clearly trepidatious about meeting you guys outside in the grounds, but they seemed honest enough to you. So, but for some of the trappers and things like that you've met, they clearly were on edge. With that, you guys continue on your way. The weather, and the wind continues to sort of whistle and whip around you as you make your way down through some of the lower edges of the cairn and, sort of snake along. And, as you continue sort of moving further and further down, you find, a slightly sort of well-worn path as you start getting closer to civilization again. And in following this path, you can see, a stream sort of breaks off from Lac Dinashir and moves across, and you see there's a smaller stone bridge that is, sort of coming up in front of you. And Jalkin and Ezekiel, I will say you pick up the sound of whistling just lightly sort of in the wind.
Whistling this Dixie.
Does this remind us of anything?
Yeah.
It just sounds like something is carrying in the wind, but it is a very, it's clearly a melodic sound. It's not necessarily music that you recognize, but it's clearly somebody, attempting to carry a tune.
Do I recognize that I'm not the only one who has caught this?
If you look around, you can see that Ezekiel's ears have perked up as well.
I'll give him sort of a side glance and, shrug.
Ezekiel will shrug back.
Yeah,
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good is the carrying of the tune?
It's pretty good, and the more you hear it, the more it sounds to you as if it is either amplified or from a larger humanoid than you would make whistling.
Oh, great.
I will pull out my lute and try to play along.
All right, give me a performance check as you start doing that.
10.
10. You play along. It's a little bit discordant, but as you sort of keep looking and keep playing, I will also say you hear the whistling stop. And Jalkin and Ezekiel, roll me a perception check.
Oof.
That was performance, Jalkin.
Yeah, sorry.
That's what
I'm
You got a 12 with a +8.
shit. There we go. Sorry.
14.
Fat fingers, small screen, and I'm using my iPad because the mouse doesn't work on the computer.
Yeah, I will say that you pick up the faintest trace of a growl. Just a little, and it very quickly sort of cuts off.
All right. I am going to put my hand on my sword in its sheath and take a step forward.
All right. Yeah, you move forward and you see sort of dragging out from the forest down off on the side as you sort of peer around, you catch just the top of the head of what appears to be a frost giant. You see them wearing a helmet with a couple of horns out the side, and you see them now just sort of stopping and sniffing and looking around, trying to pick up where they heard the sounds of music coming from. What would you like to do?
There's a giant behind or over there.
There's a giant.
Well, that sounds like an opportune time to avoid the giant and let him go about his business.
Ezekiel, stop strumming his lute.
Sithrin is in agreement with Radigan here. Let's do our best to get past quietly.
All
Duma
right.
ain't gonna even argue.
Everybody give me a stealth check. Are you going to try and retreat backwards, or are you going to try and slip past?
A long circle around. Long and wide and non-threatening. We are not your threat.
All right.
We are not the enemies you're looking for.
All right. Yeah. So everybody give me a group stealth check. That is an 8 from Radigan.
Hooray.
Ooh, I hope
Are
you
you-
survive.
Ooh,
Go Duma.
disadvantage.
Go Duma. Go Duma.
I got a 4.
Why do you
So
have
we
a
failed.
4?
I have a disadvantage. I'm in heavy armor.
Same with me.
Oh.
Mind you, I got 2.
You guys are ruining my 23.
Scale mail provides disadvantage, right? Stealth checks.
Believe so.
Okay, I got a 4.
Chainmail?
Okay.
Yeah,
I
disadvantage.
got
I
Well-
need to get a
chainmail.
I need to get a breastplate.
You guys are lucky that this giant has a passive perception of 10. So even with those rolls, you do manage to just pass, and you start sort of backtracking and slipping away and sort of getting off the path. And you're going to be moving back in and around through the foothills a little bit more. And as you are sort of backing away, you see just on the other edge of the lake, just sort of popping up, one of the large sort of winter wolves. And you can see him just sort of baring his fangs and just watching as you backtrack, but not doing anything else.
Nice puppy.
Nice sentient puppy.
Easy there, little doggy. And I will
Big
I will take-
doggy.
I will take 2 gold coins out of my own stash, and I will lay them down on a rock, and I will walk away.
And so with that, yeah, you guys lose a little bit of time, but you do backtrack around and in and amongst, more of the foothills to try and avoid, anybody else. And so you cut around and eventually turn and start heading back towards what you hope is the road. Give me a group survival check to see how well you guys do with directions.
That's better.
What is that wolf doing there?
Survival. Just watching us, apparently.
Yeah,
Wolfing.
he watched you leave.
Isn't that just like the or one of our old servants?
That's why I
It's a
left
similar
it.
type of wolf, but you get the sense that this one was probably either hunting or working with the frost giant. It didn't speak to you; it just growled at you. And yeah, with that survival check, you guys are able to continue, sort of moving around and, between sort of Augustus and, Cithrin, Duma, and Ezekiel, you guys are able to keep yourself generally on track, you think. You do, make your way down a couple more sort of switchbacks and moving in and amongst the foothills and smaller areas coming off the cairn. You make your way down and, everything seems, a little bit quieter and more simpler when, again, Jelkin, you start to pick up the smell of what almost is like is campfire smoke.
I smell smoke, guys. There's probably fire about.
Well, it is cold outside, and humanoids like to light fire to keep warm.
Let's proceed with caution.
All right.
Yes, definitely.
As you guys continue moving, are you going to try and sort of slow down and move a little more stealthily? Are you going to send someone to scout? What do you guys want to do?
Oh, Duma is arming himself. Just in case.
I think stealthier is the way to go.
It's not that far to the next town, right? We could move slowly.
Yeah, it's not that far. You guys had to sort of backtrack and move around, so it's cost you a few hours, and you've sort of gone in through the foothills to try and circle around, as opposed to coming down straight from the north. It's been a day of random encounters for you guys. This is interesting.
Yeah, we'll try and move slow.
Agreed.
And what is your marching order? Who's going to be in the front?
I would suggest that those of us who potentially have, more of a melee leaning should be in the front.
I agree.
course.
Radigan?
Radigan does not have melee leanings at all. He is
Damn
a
it.
crossbowman first and foremost.
Damn it.
Oh,
All right, fine.
I'll get up front. With,
Duma. Yeah. Duma has his shield and silver longsword ready.
Yeah, I
Shield
have
and silver
pulled out
warhammer.
my sword.
All right.
Shield is strapped and ready to go.
Okay, give me a stealth check as you come around this one sort of switchback, and you can see it curves around, and the sort of stone face comes to an end, and sort of the flat ground ahead of you, and you can see,
13's
trees and
not
everything
bad.
sort of covered in smoke, in snow.
11.
Right, yeah. You guys move around and you're walking along the path, and you can see just down below there appears to be a fire, and as you've sort of moved in quietly, you can see that around it are a couple of properly armored hobgoblins. And I'll also say you can see that there's another over here on the far side of the path sort of leading down. And you can see they have their sort of backs to you and are looking out the opposite direction.
Do they have their weapons sheathed?
They have their weapons sheathed, but you can see they're standing almost at attention with their hands on their weapons, and you can see every once in a while they're turning around and sort of looking back at the rock behind them here.
Do we notice that the weapons are made out of anything black and shiny, perhaps?
Give me a perception check.
And Duma
I would also
could
like to check this.
pass
All right,
me
yeah, you guys
the
can give me
Advil-
perception checks.
I'm zooming in with the guidance spell.
At a 24.
Ah, excellent. An even 10.
And even 10. You don't notice any weapons or armament or anything that appears to be made of this black ice, but I will say that, Ezekiel, you pick up a little bit more movement, and you see sort of coming out of, from behind one of the sort of trees or frozen bushes down there, one of them that appears to be sort of adjusting themselves as if they just come from using the washroom. And as you guys are paying, some attention, you actually hear the crunching of feet, and appearing to sort of come out of the stones, perhaps a cave or something underneath, is another sort of hobgoblin. Looks like it's a little more finely armored and dressed, and you hear him, speak sort of quietly to the other men, and he barks out a command to the far two, and you see them all sort of stand, straighter and back up to attention. Do any of you speak Goblin?
I will double
Nope.
check.
I do not.
Nope.
No! I speak Common, Elvish, Draconic, Sylvan, and Undercommon. Does nobody here speak Goblin?
Why would we speak Goblin?
I don't think I do. No,
They're
I think
just
my
our
only thing is
main
Draconic.
enemies, that's all.
Is Goblin a dialect of Dwarven, perhaps?
It actually uses the Dwarvish script.
Everyone uses
Yeah,
the dwarven.
that's like saying French and English both use the Greek script.
I know, but there's
Latin
loan
script.
words. There's loan words.
So, for the moment, you've seen this, and they have not appeared to have seen you guys yet. What would you like to do?
Scarper. We're not here. We're just leaves on the wind.
Why are we
Backtrack
running?
again.
Why are we running from goblins?
Hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins. I don't want to fight anyone right now because we're going to have lots of fights ahead, and I don't want to wear myself out.
Patrick, do any of these hobgoblins have dragon motifs on their armor?
Give me another perception check.
Oh, that 24 isn't good enough. Okay. How about that 24?
That 24, from where you're standing, I would say you'd have to sort of move and get closer to the edge to really sort of see anything about their armors, because you're sort of back on the edge. So from where you are, you can't sort of pick anything up off of these guys. But give me a stealth check with advantage if you want to try and sort of move closer to the edge to catch anything about the leader.
6.
Yeah, you move forward and move along to the edge, and you can see that on sort of the front of this leader's armor, as he turns around, as some rocks sort of skitter and fall down the cliff face that you knocked over, that there isn't necessarily anything draconic, but you see what appears to be a large red hand sort of symbol on the front of his armor.
That's
And
fun.
The servants of the Red Wizard.
And as you see this, as it turns and sort of looks up at you, it barks, and they immediately sort of raise their longbows and their weapons. And I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Woo.
My bad.
Ezekiel.
Does guidance apply towards initiative too?
It will if you have not used it yet.
No.
Oh, I've already used it.
Oh, I'm low.
We're all low. All we can hope for is that they roll low.
All the goblins go first.
Holy
And
shees!
And then Jalkin for anybody else.
All right, Jolkin, get in there.
That did roll with advantage, right?
Yes.
What was the other one? Because
19.
19. Damn!
It's only a 20-foot drop. You can make it.
Well, we can
Pass
start
me.
running.
Pass me that anvil.
We are not Looney Tunesing it.
The hell we're not. Okay, that says Hobgoblin Devastator. He's catching an anvil to the head.
So first up is Julkin.
Sorry, I have to adjust my screen because I only have so much space to work with. All right. So this bankment of earth is a cliff face.
Yes. And I will say, Ezekiel, as you looked over, you saw that here appears to be a fairly sizable cave entrance.
All right. You know what? We're just gonna charge into battle here. Selecting this is gonna be fun. I will dash ahead and sort of present my shield, and that is my turn.
All right.
Assuming this
Augustus?
wasn't difficult terrain.
It's not terribly difficult. It's fairly well trodden, well packed ground. And you guys still have your snowshoes on, so it's mitigated a lot of this stuff.
All right. I guess let's try the anvil.
Do
Can
it.
I do that in one turn? Move up here, unload the anvil, toss at this guy.
Which guy?
That guy.
It's
Fancy.
Roll20's having a fart.
Oh,
Yeah, my
fancy.
connection has been. Hang on. Yeah, my connection's been
Reloading.
severed.
Fancy Pants McGregor.
The
Yeah, my
Devastator.
connection's ever too.
Fancy Pants
Yeah.
McGregor?
Yeah, I'm actually changing out the Devastator. That is
Yeah, they're
not who I actually
they're
wanted you to be.
strong.
Yeah.
They're strong.
That's a tier 2 enemy.
No, they're only CR4.
They're a.
Oh, they're not the spellcaster. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Or
no.
that-
Oh,
that
they
is
are.
their
They're a,
power.
they're a level 7 spellcaster. They're powerful. But I rebalanced this and I'll just change it out.
All right. So, can I do that?
Give me a strength check because you're basically going to be heaving it over and then attempting an attack.
All right. Moladin, guide my strength and my aim. There we go.
Yeah, so you definitely have the strength.
All right.
So
now, how do you
roll
want me
me
to
an
roll the
attack.
attack? Just a normal.
Well, this is going to be a ranged attack, so.
Oh, that's so just a straight D20.
And it's an improvised weapon, so you are not proficient in it.
All right. So roll twice. No, I'm gonna miss because it's at disadvantage, right?
You just don't add your proficiency bonus.
You just don't add your
Oh.
proficiency, so it'd be the first
The
roll.
first
but-
anyway. Yeah.
So it's a 9.
Ah.
Unfortunately, that is a miss. So yeah, you throw the anvil over, but your exertions are just this. Sort of captain looks up, sees it coming, and it sort of falls, bouncing off a rock and falls down at his feet.
Hello. I'm done.
All right, let me put him into initiative.
We'll call that an Augustus Gustatine greeting.
I'm not very good at how you say bocce ball.
This ain't bocce ball! Sorry. Oh, it's the cold.
She's getting coldry. Cold and angry. But yes, I am done, and I will be right back.
All right, so it is the Hobgoblin Captain's turn. Makes everything a little more even. I'm not that evil.
When you said it was a spellcaster, I was worried it was one with disintegrate.
Please no, I'm only level 4.
Give and
Yeah,
take.
you get it done once, you don't care too much after that.
Yeah,
Wait,
so he is
what?
going to look up at Augustus and he is going to pull a javelin and throw it. That is a natural 1. So he stumbles over the anvil though, and the javelin just sort of disappears down into this cave, and you can see this sort of look of horror briefly appear on the hobgoblin's face.
And this is why you brace with your shield.
And that takes us to Duma.
How far did you say is the drop from where
20
we are?
feet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take that chance. I'm just gonna dash ahead. No, can't really attack anyone, so that would be just next to Jolkin. And that's it for me.
All right. It is now the hobgoblin's turns. So with their bows, the first one is going to aim at Jalkin as he moved in first. That is a critical hit. That is going to be 9 piercing damage for you, Jalkin.
9 minus 3, correct?
Heavy
Heavy
armor
armor
master.
master.
Yeah, so -3, so total of 6. And this guy is going to fire at you, Duma. That is only a 16, so just glances off of your shield. These two are going to... He's going to pull back to there so he can see above. He will do that. And you see coming out from behind these 2 bushes, 2 more hobgoblins that were hidden away.
When you get a chance, can you change my token so that the green sphere actually affects my health and is not just a number I can't edit?
It says HP.
I can't actually edit it.
Do you have the edit thing clicked?
It's the same
I can
problem with
edit my
Duma also.
AC via the bubble, but I can't edit my health via the bubble.
It's the same problem with Duma. Yeah, you'd have to go all. The workaround is you have to do it through the character sheet. But I think Patrick has the option to enable HP bubble for the avatars.
They are. Yep. When I get it, when we take our break, I'll do that. So these guys, the first one is going to fire at Augustus. That is going to be a 13.
Miss.
This guy is going to fire at Cithrin. That is going to be a 21 for 6 piercing damage. This guy will fire at Cassandra. That is a critical hit for 9 piercing damage. And this guy will fire at Radigan. That is only a 13, so it skids off the rocks below your feet.
Oh, can we
And-
have the cart token so if we want to take cover behind it? Or do you
Yep.
just want me to draw it?
Just draw it at this point. I'll grab it in a second. And with that, Radigan, you are up.
All right. I am going to spend a bonus action, and I am going to summon a turret that I have not actually summoned before.
defense turret or
It is, in
ballista?
fact, going to be the defense turret, and it is going to stand right there and not do anything yet. But it's got a big glowing green crystal on top. And which one of these guys shot it?
At you, it was this guy down here.
That's quite a long way away. That's within 80 feet, though, and I yell out, no, dummy, here's how you shoot.
That is a hit with a 24. Yeah, they take 7 piercing damage, and you hear just sort of this grunt of pain, and they double over, and you can see that, you know, the front of their armor and their breastplate is leaking blood.
And then I will step 5 feet back.
All right. Ezekiel.
This guy right here, this is the guy in charge, right?
Yes.
Ezekiel is going to suggest you should climb to the top of Kelvin's cairn and count to 10,000, my friend.
All right. And it looks up at you quizzically and sort of turns its head, and you get the sense that it simply does not understand you.
It was a valiant attempt. And then I'm gonna go prone
Okay.
to give them disadvantage on range attacks, and that'll be it.
Cithrin.
So looks like we're at the top of the ledge here. Can I like rappel or like jump down? Like how far is it?
It's 20 feet. You could definitely jump down.
All right, boom. And,
Give me an athletics check.
Yep.
You hit the ground, roll, and spring up on your feet. No
Sweet.
damage taken.
And then I'm gonna run over to this guy and then slash him with my great axe.
Oh, that's really bad on the knees, though.
Oh, yeah. When she's a senior, she'll pay for it.
Yeah, Dragonborn don't live that long. Do they live that long? I don't think so.
Not when they do
human
stuff like
years.
this.
Oh, this is a hit.
Yeah, no, you swing, and unfortunately, he is, you know, almost sort of prepared and ready, and he is able to block you, and you do not make contact with him.
Erg. Okay.
Cassandra.
Where is the person that shot me?
Right there.
I'm going to cast Mind Spike, and I'm going to use my Portent, the 8, to make him fail it.
That is a failure.
Rolling that damage, because fuck him.
You see him, he sort of drops his longbow, grabs his head, and just blood just bursts out of his nose, and then a couple of seconds later out of his ears, and he just collapses down to the ground.
All right, then I will step backwards and go prone. And I will tell Heidi to assist Julkin's next up. Are you going into melee, Julkin?
Oh yeah.
All right, assist Julkin. Give the help action to Julkin.
And what's the movement for your trust room?
It's like 100 feet, isn't it? One sec.
40 feet.
40 feet. I
I
can't.
think that like owls move real quick.
Right.
It's like 16,000 feet,
so-
right?
But then it can just help Slytherin. Then that should be 40 feet, right?
House Slytherin?
Help Slytherin, not Slytherin. Ugh.
So okay,
Let's see,
it's all
5,
gravy.
10, 15, 20.
No, somebody's not
Move
getting
it
those
down.
20 points.
Yeah, won't be able to make it this turn, but next turn would be able to make it.
Okay.
All right, that takes us to top of the round, Jalkin.
All right. So, guy that's closest to me that I'm assuming was the one who missed. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20.
No, he hit you.
Oh.
He critically hit you.
All right. Well, we're going to move around behind him to flank. As we are, we're going to bonus action Hunter's Mark him. And then we're going to click on the longsword. I did not add the Hunter's Mark onto that. I don't know if a 14 hits, though.
A 14 does not hit. They are wearing heavy armor, and he does have... yeah, that does not hit him.
Cool. That is my turn, though.
All right. Augustus.
All right. Well, start moving up. Oh, I'm still in drawing mode. There we go.
But we know which way you're headed.
Oh, what's my movement? I think it's 40. Yep. Ah, screw it. Double move. And done. Oh, actually, wait. There is something I can do. I charged. What called it? No, charge has to be 30 feet in a straight line. Shit.
It's straight enough.
Awesome. So I can do a melee attack as I hit that guy?
Yes. That is a hit for 7 bludgeoning.
And I am also going to, because I took an attack action on my turn, I'm going to use Shield Master and a bonus action to shove him 5 feet off the cliff.
All right. Give me a strength check.
Oh,
That beats his 8.
That's using your ass.
Now I'm done.
Jelkin, take your attack of opportunity as you see him tipping and flailing over the edge of the precipice.
Okay. One
Moradin
sec.
gives you wings.
That is a hit. As he gets staggered back, you deftly, slice through his neck, and his body falls into the frozen bush beneath in 2 different pieces.
I got a piece of him.
I
And
did
so you
not
can,
mean to hit him that hard.
Yeah, so your Hunter's Mark you can transfer.
On my turn is a bonus action.
Yep. And with that, it is the Hobgoblin Captain. He is going to draw his great sword, and he will swing at you, Cytherin.
Oh, hells, I went after the captain.
First attack is a critical hit for 21 piercing damage.
Damn it.
Second attack is a critical failure.
Thank God.
So, yeah, he rears back to swing again, and it catches in one of these sort of frozen bushes. And, he draws around, but it has no strength and just barely taps you for no damage. And you hear him curse in a sort of a guttural language.
So minus 21, you said?
Yes.
Yuck. I'm at 9, guys.
Duma.
Duma is going to go after the guy right at the bottom left. And he's going to dash. And as a bonus action, go ring rush. I'm going to show him how sharp my horns are.
A 23 hits.
Oops. Sorry, no rage.
No, right? So just the 5 piercing?
Just 5.
All right. Yeah, your horns you lower down, and you hear this sort of screech as your horns pierce his armor, and you hear this, shocked and surprised kind of angry yelp as you drive through him.
Get the point?
All right. It is the hobgoblins. He will drop his bow Duma and pull out a long sword and swing it at you. That is only going to be an 11 as he, barely manages to get any strength as he, is more concerned about these two gaping wounds in his chest that are now seeping blood. This hobgoblin will swing around to there, and as he draws his bow, Cithrin, you hear the hobgoblin in front of you sort of bark a command at him, and so he sort of, readjusts and fires his longbow. And that is still only going to be a 13, so it does not strike you, Duma. You just hear this whistle as an arrow just shoots past your head. This one up here is going to turn and draw a bead on Jalkin as he just saw you murder his compatriot up there. That is going to be a 13, which is not enough to strike you. And then this guy down at the edge is going to line up against you, Radigan, as you just shot him. And you are not prone.
No, I'm not.
That is a natural 1. So, yeah, his arrow just ping, the string just sort of snaps, and you see him just sort of shake his hand sort of angrily and frustrated, and he sort of, quickly sticks his finger in his mouth and kind of sucks on it because that hurt.
Aww.
And Radigan, it is your turn.
Radigan grins from ear to ear because that was hilarious. And you know what? He's been humiliated enough. I'll put him out of his misery, I think.
That more than does it. Your crossbow, as he's sort of sucking his finger, as soon as he takes his finger out, your crossbow just right in through the back of his throat. And yeah, he just falls into a bloody heap onto the ground.
And the turret, it's got a big green crystal on it, and it sort of flashes very briefly. And where is everyone within 10 feet of it gets 9 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Don't they also get an armor increase?
I've been looking it up, and I don't think so. Positive energy that grants itself and each creature of your choice within 10 feet of it a number of temporary hit points equal to 1d8 plus your intelligence modifier.
I don't suppose I could jump down and help Cithrin out.
If you want.
Any movement? Radigan, any movement?
So that was an athletics check to or an acrobatic. That was an athletics check to make it down, right?
Yep, athletics check.
Not good at those. So tying off a rope and rappelling down would be an action, and I don't have any of those left. So I will leave this guy and to sort of provide our casters some temporary hit points, and I will start making my way along the cliff face.
All right. The great Ezekiel, you are currently prone.
The great Ezekiel will stand up. Move here with his remaining move. And
that's
he
10
wants
feet. You've got 5 feet left.
He wants. I'm only gonna go prone. I have no more movement plans this turn. You see that hobgoblin? I want to hold him. So wisdom.
Ooh, wisdom saving throw.
Come
How
on.
tenderly would you like to hold him?
I
It's
would not
not
like to be
the
very
time.
tender.
That unfortunately is a 17.
Then I will bonus action give Cithrin Bardic Inspiration. I can't give you an auto crit, but I can give you Bardic Inspiration.
Appreciates
right.
it.
Cithrin.
Okay, quick clarification. How much temp health do I have now? 9 plus what?
You don't have any because you're not close enough to it.
Oh,
I am
sorry. I thought I was.
I'm attempting to get myself down there, but I have it up in the casters in case they get
Oh, we're fine. Oh, I also went
Give me a quick, actually, with your passive perception of 11, that is going to be enough. I will say you hear the familiar sound of the Tresserim flying down towards you, so you know it's on its way.
All right, I'm going to second wind really quick to get 8 health back. 5, 6, 7, 8. Swing at this dude's head. Really? Oh, wait, 18. I got advantage, right? Or no?
No, because it's not
Damn,
there. That's why I
not
was
yet.
sort of letting you know that if you wanted to hold your action, you'd get advantage once it arrives.
Damn it. All right.
So yeah, you swing and
Yeah, I completely missed that.
it's able to get its great sword up and just sort of deflect your blade across, and you see it grin, and it's bleeding, and it's he's injured, but he's actually no, he hasn't been struck yet. So yeah, he just sort of grins and laughs at you.
Grr, arg. Okay.
Cassandra. Sorry, any movement?
Oh, it's new. I cannot risk an attack of opportunity right now.
Okay. Cassandra, you are prone up top, but you've just felt this warming sort of energy wash out from the turret.
Oh, that feels so nice, but okay, gotta get back up, so that's 15. I am going to shoot the one that Cithrin is fighting. I am going to shoot a magic missile at it, and then Heidi will again try and assist her on the next time around.
All right, roll your damage.
Just doing it at level 1.
All right, so that 3, of these sort of blue-tinged missiles fire out, and sparks sort of across him, and you see his arms kind of flail for a second. But he does manage to shake it off, but he takes 7 damage, and Heidi does zip around, and you see him just, sort of distractedly kind of wave at it. So you will have a...
Cithrin will have advantage.
Cithrin will have advantage, but I'm also wondering if he... Yeah, no, that doesn't give him disadvantage on his attacks.
No, it doesn't. It just gives her advantage. And then I'll go prone again.
All right, you fall back to the ground.
I am a squishy.
And that is top of the round to Jalkin.
All right. Let's see here. Duma seems to have that guy well taken care of. Yeah, we're gonna.
I can help, Duma.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do that. So bonus action, gonna hit that guy with the hunter's mark, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 dashing, keeping as close to the edge of the cliff so I avoid the attack of opportunity from Duma's guy. I dash to get next to this guy here.
All right. Yeah, you're easily able to circle around and avoid an attack of opportunity. Augustus.
All right, I'll just move up and smack it. Don't need to worry about the charge right now, so let's see. Wow. And I will use my bonus action to... no, it doesn't do damage, so I'll save it.
All right. Yeah, you come up and you swing, and you skid a little bit in the snow, and unfortunately your warhammer just goes a little bit wide. And to the captain, he is going to swing again at you, Cithrin. That is going to be a 7 and a 17.
I will
so you
cutting
take,
words that.
The attack or the damage?
The attack.
All right. Roll your cutting words.
5.
Takes it down to a 12. So as he is just about to land a blow, Ezekiel, you sort of yell out something and you just see his eye just twitch up at you momentarily, but it's enough for Cithrin to get her arm up and just sort of bat it aside. Nicely done. Duma.
Hooray for support classes.
Sorry, my mic was off. Duma is going to say pile on the damage, and I ask Gus if he wants another swing, wink wink, at it. So, crap! I jinxed myself.
Yeah, you swing, and this hobgoblin, is fairly adept and is able to sort of parry both of your blows away.
And yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. And with the hobgoblins, this guy is going to disengage. And move to there. So that's as far as he can get. This one in front of you, Jalkin, is going to pull out his longsword.
Well, at least you can only one-hand it.
Yep. And that is going to be, let's see, that with the Bart command. That is going to be a 19 to hit. You take 2 slashing damage.
I take no damage.
-3. That is correct. You take no damage as your armor absorbs it. This guy is going to head over to here, and he is going to swing his long sword at you one-handed. That is going to be a 22 to hit. You take 11 -3, 8 slashing damage total. And that is it for them. Radigan.
Okie dokie. Now, if the turret gives more temporary hit points to Ezekiel and Cassandra, will that add on, or will that?
No, I don't think
you
you
receive
can.
the maximum amount that you possibly can from any one source. So if you rolled a lower number but somebody didn't have any, they'd be able to get that, whereas someone who already had some would not get any.
Yeah.
But if you
Okay.
rolled higher, then yeah, they would be able to take the higher amount.
All right. Fair enough. All its ability scores are +0. So I think this thing's done its job for now. So on its action, it's going to attempt to move 10 feet over the cliff face and attempt to land softly in this space.
They have a climb speed.
They do?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I thought it just had a fall speed. Oh, it can
I mean,
climb.
it's slow, but it has a climb speed.
A turret can walk or climb up to 15 feet to an occupied. All right, fair enough. So it'll go to, I believe, there.
Yeah, and it'll just hang over the edge.
Yeah, still not close enough to Cithrin to give her temporary hit points, but that's okay because Radigan is in a perfect opportunity to shoot the captain in the back of the head with a crossbow.
Ooh, 24 hits for 7 piercing. And yeah, you hear it just sort of grunt and snarl and quickly sort of turns to look up at you.
Radigan waves. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's do this.
The great Ezekiel.
The great Ezekiel is the great silence.
I cast
Finally?
silence.
The great Ezekiel had hit the button on his mic. He hasn't been hurt really yet, has he? He took like one magic missile.
He took a magic missile and he just took a magical crossbow bolt from Radigan.
How does he look?
He still looks pretty good. He looks pissed.
Third, second level spell slot. I am out of them after this. I'm going to attempt to hold him again.
Okay. Well, that's a horse of a different color. That is a natural 1. You see him as he glances over at Radigan. You see him starting to sort of draw his sword, and then you just see his entire body lock up in front of you, Cithrin.
Yes.
You ready for that auto crit? And that'll be it. I'm gonna hold on to my bardic inspiration.
All right. So Oh, I still have bardic inspiration too. I forgot.
Yes, you have bardic inspiration. You have advantage from Heidi Cat flying around and distracting, and you have a paralyzed creature in front of
Which means if you hit, it's an automatic crit.
I will use my bardic inspiration as a D8. You said?
Still a D6.
Still a D6.
I'm assuming they're wearing chainmail, which means you only need a 3.
Oh, yes.
Even if it's plate, you're
hits.
Good. And
So
then
that's a crit.
Yes, I know. So another D12. Map.
So 13 damage total. Yeah, I mean, he's wearing half plate, but yeah, your blade strikes deep and true. And, there's just a huge sort of gash down one of his arms, and he's sort of bleeding, but he makes no sound, doesn't move. Just, you see maybe a tear trickle out of his eye.
I'm going to action surge, and I know I don't get any more advantages, but I want to try and see if I can hit him again.
Still have advantage because he's paralyzed.
However, with a 16, his half plate absorbs the hit, and he does not take any damage.
Okay, I'm done. I need to note that I spent
half
my
plate, I
surge.
want to say is a 17. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a 17. Any movement as he is paralyzed? There will be no attack of opportunity.
Yes, I will back away.
All right. Cassandra.
Okie dokies. I will have Heidi Cat assist me, and I will flame strike this guy over here.
All right. So flame strike.
Firebolt, sorry.
Oh, firebolt. Okay. Yeah, that is a hit. That is an automatic critical hit. So roll another d10.
Nice.
Nice.
Damage on the crit. That is 16 damage. Yes. This firebolt, you can see, strikes him sort of at the throat, and you can see it just sort of burrow and burn through. And, there's sort of a release of air, but no other sound as he just falls stiffly backwards into the snow.
2 for 2. And then I will get back down again.
All right.
And then I get down.
Jalkin.
All right. I'm going to strike the guy Hunter's marked. I don't think the 14 hits. Damn.
It does not. Yeah, you go to strike, and the one next to you, gets an arm up and just, moves your swing enough to have.
I swear that Roll20 hates when I play Paladins because I never roll higher than like an 8. Although that was a 9. Yeah, I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. Augustus.
All right, so I am going to do this. I'm going to move 15 feet there. Now, if I end here, which would be 40 feet, can I do my bonus attack as I go by on this guy?
No, because you didn't get a straight line on him.
Oh, okay. Let me
It
go
would
back.
be on that guy at the end.
All right, I'll take the attack of opportunity.
You could do a
And
standard attack on this guy as you went by,
yeah,
but
but I'd
not
have
enough
to.
for a charge.
Yeah, to end there. Yeah, I'll just do
Yeah.
standard attack on him.
Okay. Roll your attack. 18. Yeah, you slide into a stop and swing with your warhammer and clock him across the head. He looks dazed, but he is still on his feet.
Dave's not here, man. Yeah, that wasn't funny. Anyway, done.
Duma.
Duma is gonna head out towards the guy Gus is facing, and going in for a long sword strike. Please connect. And before I do that, I am going to use reckless attack, and going in.
23 hits. Roll your damage.
Ooh, goodness.
6. Yeah, you go crashing through the frozen bush and just cleave down on top of this hobgoblin as his head is just kind of snapping back. He just slides sort of right into your sword, and yeah, he falls down to the ground with a quiet scream.
And that's it for me.
All right. It is the hobgoblins. So the two that are engaged with you, Jalkin, are going to continue to be engaged with you. The first one up top that you've marked is going to swing its longsword. That is a 9. It does not hit. The other one is going to, let's give it a check. He is going to look around. He does not seem cowed yet, and he is going to take a swing as well. That is going to be a 22 to hit. You take 12 minus 3, 9 slashing damage in total.
Ouch.
Okay, starting to look hurt.
And he is then going to move away to about here, so you will get an attack of opportunity.
So that is only 9 total damage to him. I forgot to take
9
off
total.
Hunter's Mark.
All right. Yeah, that is a devastating strike, and he looks really surprised, and instead of moving away quickly, is actually sort of staggering and clutching at his chest as you hit him with your longsword, and he went from looking perfectly healthy to very badly off. That takes us to Radigan.
All right, so the turret will continue moving down there, and it'll sort of step underneath the Tressarum as it's flying past. And Sithrin gets 10 temporary hit points.
Thank you.
Then Radigan will sight in on this man down here and completely whiff. Unless a 10 hits him.
A 10 does not hit him, unfortunately.
All right.
I just realized I need to make Constitution saving throws.
And then
I'm good.
Yep, you're fine. All right. Radigan, give me a perception check.
all already.
You as well, Ezekiel.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Everything's going fine.
26. I am a perceptive man tonight.
Cithrin, give me one as well. You feel the ground beneath you just slightly sort of shake and rumble a little bit. And Cithrin, you start to hear the sound of and sort of a
Oh no.
sound coming from down the tunnel.
Oh, free action. I shout out, something's coming from the tunnel.
All right. With that, Great Ezekiel, you are up.
Okay. I'm going to. I'm going to hold my action to cast Fairy Fire. If something comes out of the tunnel.
All right.
In a way that won't hit Cithrin or hopefully Heidi Cat, but mostly just not Cithrin.
The turret,
Or the turret. I missed the turret.
the turret is expendable. Do what you want.
And that'll be my turn.
All right.
It's hug turret.
It's really expendable because it blows up if he wants it.
It sure does.
Cithrin.
Oh, I am backing the fuck up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to ready my action to fire a light crossbow at whatever comes out of the tunnel.
All right. Cassandra.
I am going to ready my action for a firebolt with Heidi's assistance. Can I do that? Oh no, it's a reaction. Or no, I can, yeah. I can do that. Heidi can assist me, right? And I hold my action? It is my turn. Yes, I can do that.
Yeah, so you tell Heidi to, like, whatever comes out of that tunnel to sort of get in its face to give you advantage. Jalkin.
All right. Well, I only got one guy in my face right now. I'm also pretty hurt. And good news is this is the guy I have marked. So we're going to try and take him out.
12 does not connect. He is able to still get his shield up and parry you off. But you can see him nervously looking towards the cave entrance as well.
Yeah, I potentially have something I can do with that. We'll see.
Any movement? Any bonus?
No bonus yet because the guy's still alive. Cool. Possibly movement, but if so, I'm just going to be moving around this guy. I need to pace it off.
All right.
No, I'm good where I am right now. I'm done.
Okay. With that, these loud footsteps and storming out of the lair with a javelin attached already in one of its shoulders, you see a massive ogre. So as it steps out, Heidi gets in his face, so it immediately just lashes out at Heidi, but everybody's held actions go off.
Heidi, live!
So deck save.
17.
Oh my god.
The firebolt hits for 7 damage. And Cithrin, your crossbow attack. 17 hits for 2 damage.
Sucks.
And so swinging at Heidi with his, this huge great club. Ooh. Heidi Cat is smashed for 13 bludgeoning damage.
It had 9 temporary hit points.
It's a fey creature. I don't think.
I thought it had like 4 hit points to begin with, so
That still
Well,
leaves
then
it at
13 would still be
13
enough.
points.
So,
So it goes.
yeah, it just vanishes.
Puff of feathers.
Oh, good. I don't feel bad at what I'm gonna do next to this thing then.
Yeah, and
Why
so
would you feel bad?
it
It's an
stops,
ogre.
and now it is looking around and seeing everybody out here, and it just looks up to the sky and roars. That is going to take us to Augustus.
All right. Well, my original plan was to tell Radigan to make his turret go into the cave and explode. Ezekiel, can you push the cart down upon it?
I am a wet noodle of an elf man.
We've got enough down here, so I'm going to try and head up there because I can always heal from up top. So I'll double.
I am hurting.
Oh, are you?
I have 9
So,
hit points currently.
So a healing word to you is I can't double move. Oh wait, I can double move because it's a bonus action for healing word, right?
That's correct.
All right, so I will healing word on. You can do it, Joaquin. Where's my healing word? At second level. Damn, that was a shitty roll, but oh well. So 6. Or is
7.
that 7? 7. And my rest of my movement.
I am at exactly half my hit points right now.
Not quite at the cart. If we have to, I will sacrifice my cart. And done.
All right. Duma.
Duma is just drooling looking at the ogre. But I need to get Jilkin out of danger first, so...
What, you already forgot about what's-her-face?
So there's two of you drooling currently then.
Oh yeah, Chunky Boy is definitely mine. But I need to get, like I said, I need to get Jilkin out of danger first. Head down there. And go for a swing, fingers crossed. Yes!
That is a hit.
Hit. 8 slash.
8. Yeah, you slash through. There's a huge, great bloody gash, a gout of blood, and his eyes are starting to glaze over, but he is still on his feet.
And
That was the first damage he took.
And with that, I also use Hammering Horns. Strength saving throw is 14. Push him 10 feet away.
That is a 5. He is shoved 10 feet.
Jogan.
Opportunity.
Oh yeah. Finish it.
Does not connect.
Ooh.
Plenty good effort, though.
Yeah. And with that, it is the Hobgoblin's turn. He is going to survey the situation, and he is going to run and dash along with his buddy. So they both scurry away as fast as their little feet will carry them.
Oh,
Hurry,
wise
hurry,
decision.
super scurry. The 99 red balloons just went by.
The great Ezekiel.
All right, the great Ezekiel is going to vicious mockery the ogre.
That's just mean-spirited.
Hey, Tubby, look up here.
That is a 17.
Ah,
That's crazy. That is with a -2.
He's got a good self-esteem.
Ogre just big boned.
That'll be my turn.
All right.
I'll stand up, I guess.
Okay. Radigan.
All right. Radigan's going to run up and join Duma and Jalkin, and then he's going to whistle. And as he whistles, the turret here just sort of turns to the ogre, looks up, and says, "It's time for a hug," and then jumps up and explodes in its face.
All right.
Your turret talks now?
Well, this one does, and only that line.
Is it like
that is a 16. It takes half damage. Takes 4 damage.
Damn.
This
Like-
ogre is rolling ridiculously well because it's a -1 for its dexterity too.
Yeah, it also dodged my fairy fire.
Yeah.
Yep. And Radigan will kind of look and go, "Huh," and then shoot it, possibly for 12 damage.
It just bounces harmlessly off its hide.
Well, we're all boned.
Big boned.
Cithrin.
Okay, I don't think I want to get in close to this thing. So I'm just where'd my mouse go? There it is. So I'm just I'm gonna pop at it with my crossbow again.
That is a hit. Your
Horrible,
crossbow
horrible
strikes
damage.
through 3 damage.
If someone
You see
can,
it scratch at its arm and just sort of rip the crossbow bolt out.
if someone can get next to it, we can cast Sanctuary and force him back in.
Cassandra.
Okay, I am. Oh, Heidi Cat's gone, ain't she? What did
Certainly is.
Oh no!
You want to spend 10 minutes bringing her back?
I do want to, no, but I'm not going to. Screw this guy. It's a time for another mind spike.
Okay. Can his luck hold? Nat 20, which makes it an 18.
He's just been rolling awesome on all his saves.
He really has.
Jesus Christ!
So yeah, you see him scratch his head, but there's a little more drool, but that's about it.
All right, I'm gonna duck down again and then just cry about poor Heidi Cat. I know I can just bring her back, but still, it's a hour-long process of a ritual, and it's just.
Hey, it's taken 16 sessions for someone to actually take Heidi out.
I has a sad.
And he's been
Jalkin.
crying.
All right, so we're going to do 2 things here. Action, we're going to pump 16 points of lay on hands into myself, so I'm back up to full. Then bonus action, I'm going to abjure this big guy, so I'll have advantage on attack rolls against him. And then I'm going to wade into melee range with him. And that's my turn.
10, 20.
I just realized I didn't say anything of that out loud because I wasn't hitting the button.
Yeah, you did.
I lay
Yeah,
on
we heard
hands
that.
myself for 6.
No,
oh,
we
okay.
heard
So,
everything.
okay.
That's why
Yeah,
nobody commented
so-
on you being silent.
Good point. All right. Yeah. So that's my turn.
All right. So yeah, he was focusing on Cithrin and was about ready to step until you moved in front of him. And so instead he's going to raise his great club and try and smash down upon you.
Hi, big boy.
That is a 19 for.
I am going to cutting words that.
All right, cutting words.
Just have to roll a 2
Look up here.
or better.
That is enough. Yeah. Once again, you yell out, and I mean its eyes, just are dodged just enough out of the way, so Jalkin, you were able to duck and avoid the great club of the ogre. Augustus.
All right, I am going to cast Sanctuary on Shulkin.
If he attacks, it goes away.
Oh, if he
I can
attacks?
work with this, at least for now.
Okay.
I can work with this.
We can try pushing him back in.
Well, no, it's more the fact of, I mean, I have advantage on all my attack rolls against it right now, so it means, and I go before it. So yeah, no, that won't work all that well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well. Already cast it.
All right. Any movement? Any bonus?
I will get the cart prepped to drop on him. I'll move it over there.
Is the cart going? Like, is the forge going?
I assume it'd be at least a little hot all the time, so I didn't have to light it every time. Get the bellows!
Duma.
Duma is within reach. I don't have to waste it on a dash, so I can just head on in, raging and reckless attacking. And so I have to activate rage. Keep forgetting that. And let's see how this goes. Damn it.
With a reckless attack, that is enough to hit.
Oh, it does? Oh,
Oh
sweet.
yeah, 13 hits.
Slap him.
He's just got tough skin.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't drop the cart. We
He's
have it.
also got lairs.
Like a cake?
No, like the cave.
No, like sedimentary rock.
Yes, 12 slashing damage. You slice through, and I mean, it cuts open, and just this like yellow globs of fat sort of start seeping out of his belly, and he just kind of.
And probably casting this effect on it at the same time.
All right. The hobgoblins just keep running. The great Ezekiel.
The great Ezekiel will cast Vicious Mockery on him again. I'm noticing he's only attacking once a turn. I'll take, hopefully, giving him disadvantage on.
I mean, if he attacks me, he's at disadvantage currently.
Yes, and if he attacks anyone else other than Duma
Why is he at
or
disadvantage
yourself,
against you? Because Sanctuary just means he has to make a Wisdom save or he can't attack you.
Oh, right. Never mind. Yeah.
No, he's disadvantaged because of Duma's ancestral protectors.
So pretty much
Ooh.
he's.
I didn't remember that, but cool.
But he couldn't hit Duma without disadvantage.
Yes.
Anyway, Vicious Mockery.
17.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That is the third or fourth 17 they have
Spends
rolled. So yeah,
my spells.
that is a natural 19 minus 2 again.
You have to speak to it like the way you would speak to a child. It doesn't understand big words.
Still not
This is
going to
a-
let it hit anything.
This is insane that a 7 wisdom character has survived all of these. Radigan.
Radigan, you know, as everyone looks over to Radigan to find out what he's going to do, they see him sort of like monkeying around with his crossbow with a wrench, and all of a sudden the crossbow just kind of starts sparking with lightning, and he shoots it like that.
Ooh, that is a hit for 12 piercing electrical damage. Yeah. So, I mean, it fires through and this bolt just sparks and arcs. And, you know, what little sort of hair on this ogre all sort of stands on end and it actually shrieks in pain. Any movement?
I think I'm good for now.
Okay.
I'm going to go
Cithrin.
Ancestral warriors are swarming around. I'm going to move back in. Boop. And swing at him with the great axe.
That is a hit.
Sweet. Too bad, no advantage. That'd been awesome.
No, yeah, you slash through, and I mean, he's sort of backing away and is looking a little bit sort of scared at this point. He is no longer looking
Aw.
confident. Cassandra.
All right, I am going to just magic missile this fucker. Can't escape a magic missile, huh? Huh?
Your anger sparks out as these, gigantic blue missiles fly out of your hand, and he turns and sort of looks up at you, is drooling, bleeding, sort of holding onto his stomach as these three missiles just blast into him. And you see his eyes just sort of roll up into the back of the head, and he tumbles over. Duba and Jalkin, give me dexterity saving throws as this ogre just falls to collapse on top of you.
Oh my god, really?
I'm holding on to the cart right now.
Seriously, I never got an attack off on this little fucker.
No.
I mean,
But
I
you were
tried
very
like
clear.
3
Oh, God.
different spells, and none of
Whoa.
them did anything.
Yeah. Now both of you are unable to get out of the way because you are surprised that this magic missile just finished this creature off, and he just sort of flopped backwards. You both take 8 damage as this huge ogre just sort of collapses and crashes up on top of you. So subtract 3 for you, Jalkin, from your armor, but so 5 for you. And you are both currently pinned under this ogre. And his warm drool is running down over top of you.
Oh, come on! It's a good thing you didn't say we're also covered in its monkey fat blood.
And
With that, you guys are out of combat.
All right,
Oh, Heidi.
we could set up a lever to roll this thing off. Just give me a couple minutes. I'll get myself a nice. I'll cut a stick.
I will just
and I'll set
turn
up a
to
rock.
Duma and go on 3. 1, 2.
2, 3, go!
Yeah, Sithrin will help them.
Yeah, I'm not even going to make. Yeah, eventually, you guys are able to just roll and sort of push this creature off you eventually, and you're sort of covered in blood and guts, but you are able to get him off.
Can we throw this McRib back in the cave?
Let's see what's in the
but-
cave.
yeah.
first.
Yeah, let's
I'm
see what's in the
also-
cave.
I'm
I would-
also gonna cut open this guy to see if there's anything he might have swallowed that is of value.
And
While he's doing that, I want to look at this armor.
It is half plate. It's a little sort of dented and
Yeah.
bruised, but
We can
it does
fix that.
have sort of a red-handed symbol emblazoned across the chest. Looks to be in decent enough condition.
Yes, do you recognize this symbol?
Let me check. I can't remember if I have history.
It was
Not
the people of the
trained.
dragon, right? That was the hobgoblin group we've been told about.
I think so, but what's that? What's that symbol mean? Do I know?
That's the symbol that you see on the armor, and you do vaguely recognize it. From where you come from, in and around the Vale where you live, you recognize it as being a symbol of people that used to worship dragons.
I will share that with the party.
Oh,
I will also say that as you are looking over this body, Ezekiel, you see that he has a couple of black pouches sort of on his body, each that are marked with this bright red hand as well.
I will check them in full view of everyone.
Inside, I mean, as you lift them up, and you can feel they're made of some kind of leather that's been dyed black. They do sort of, clink as you lift them, and inside each one you find exactly 75 gold pieces in each, and you find a note which has this symbol at the top of it, and then something that is written in a language you do not understand.
Do I recognize the script?
Give me an intelligence check.
It is a pay packet. 4 bills and pay
I'll
all
also
in
show
one.
it to everyone if I don't. Intelligence, he said?
Yes.
So this is one higher because of Jack of all trades? Unless it applies. It does apply. So it's actually a 20.
You do recognize it. It's presumably Goblin, but you don't. You can't read it.
I have comprehend languages. I'll get it after I'm busy resurrecting Heidi Cat.
That already added the +1.
Yeah, it did. So I said it was actually a 20. It was correct.
Slicing open the ogre's stomach, you find the remains of, dinner and a couple of rocks. Nothing of any real interest.
Okay.
That's nasty. And
I cut off its head and then place it on a. I assume there's some form of stick here I can use as a pike just
Yes,
to show we've made
But
the
now,
kill.
how are you going to stick
Yeah.
it into the frozen ground?
That's just senseless. And Radigan's gonna poke his head into this cave.
Hold your breath.
And you light a torch and you look in, and you see the cave itself is not very fancy. It's roughly a square cave about 40 feet across. You see it's littered with mostly eaten pigs and other animals, and a pile of not entirely cured animal hide seems to be stacked up as a bed, with what appears to potentially be like a fresh sheepskin being used as a pillow.
I will grab a stick from outside and start just rooting through things, not really wanting to touch them.
Okay, yeah. As you're moving around, you find another one of these black pouches. You find another one of these notes that seems to have been crumpled up and kind of tossed aside. Inside this pouch is another 75 gold pieces. And as you continue sort of poking around, give me an investigation check.
Okay. Goggles on. Investigation. And just to show.
The goggles, they do something.
27.
27. You also find a small collection of gemstones. You see there's a bloodstone, an amethyst, and a really nice golden yellow topaz, and probably a small handful of malachite stones scattered about the bedding area. You figure all told, it's about 200 gold pieces.
Excellent, excellent. I just sort of gather those up in a little pouch and just kind of walk back out, tossing those up and down, and say, "Well, our room and board's paid."
And then some.
And I am going to propose that we sort of make use of this lovely fire after moving our bodies away and have a short.
They could
Already
be
on it.
patrols.
How
Do we
much?
want to leave this precise area?
I'm assuming the ogre. I'm assuming the ogre's instincts a little bit too
Oh, it
much.
absolutely does.
Oh yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
staying.
you're right.
Oh, Patrick,
No,
being from the area, do I know anywhere nearby that maybe I've camped before that's safe? Would that be like a history or a survival check?
In this area, you figure generally anywhere is as safe as anywhere else. You do know that, right now there is still sort of the dwarf zombies that are out and about. But, from the survival checks and the travels you guys were doing, you're probably still a few hours away from town. So, but as far as you would know in this area, it's all sort of tundra and then foothills. So you can pretty much camp out anywhere.
I'm gonna take a couple minutes to strip this half plate armor off of this hobgoblin.
All right, and he also has a great sword and 4 javelins, and the other dead hobgoblins have chainmail, shields, and some longbows. It's all decent quality stuff.
Anything we don't need, I'll turn into scrap. Can we turn
Can I
half
have?
plate into full plate?
I'm interested in the
If
half
we add
plate.
2 together,
Yeah, I'm interested in the half plate because it's lighter than scale mail. It still gives me disadvantage, but it's 1 armor class high.
I was also looking at it because I'm up
Oh.
front.
Okay,
as
yeah,
well.
no. You
Does
know what?
that fit a centaur?
It's half plate. I don't have to wear the pants.
Does he have to, Patrick?
No, he doesn't. I mean, it basically becomes a breastplate instead of half plate.
It's still a same AC, right?
Let me hang on.
Uh,
I'll afterwards we'll figure out what it is because depending on the description of what half plate is, it may well work. So after, as you guys are doing this, after 10 minutes, you are able to bring your Tressrum back, Cassandra.
Yes. You hear in the background during this whole hour badly sung and out of tune theme songs to various popular manga.
Manga typically don't have
or like
theme
anime
songs.
and well, it would be popular theater songs, I guess, because they don't have TV and movies. But I guess theater troops would go around with songs.
I'm sorry. Let me back you up there for a second there, Missy.
No, Goku.
What's a manga?
Let me cover up the lovely singing of Cassandra with a little bit of a song of my own, and I will play a song of rap.
He thought I've sung nicely.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Does she get an insight check?
Sure.
Okay.
Wait for it. That's absolutely what he's doing.
All right, let's warm up. We'll take the rest, and then we head back to town.
All right. And are you going to cast Comprehend Languages to read the note?
Yeah, and I'll do it as a ritual.
Okay, you do it as a ritual. And after a few minutes, the words on the note come into focus, and you recognize that
Yeah.
what they say is bring glory to the red hand. Come to where the worm smokes and Witchwood join, and we will destroy the humans and build an empire. And Augustus, you, with that history check that you wrote, you recognize that the worm smokes are the mountains and the Witchwood is a forest that is in the Elser Vale, which is where you're from. And you would think that Drellin's Ferry is the name of the closest settlement to where the mountains and the forest meet.
I will share that.
All right, so there's potentially a hobgoblin army amassing somewhere that, my God, the Dale is just full of trouble these days.
There was this old saying, may you live in interesting times.
I thought that was a
Augustus,
yes,
it's both. And Augustus will be able to tell you that the Elser Vale is on the other side of the Spine of the World mountains.
So quite a long ways away.
Yes.
Okay, I will share that as well.
Something to be passed along to my friends in the harbors. Not something for us potentially to deal with.
Agree, that's too far.
Oh, as we're doing the rest, I got time to do this. You sort of see a little scanner come out and scan over our various collected hobgoblin gear.
No magical items.
Since I don't need to rest, I want to do another once over the camp and look for any black ice that we might have missed.
Can I help?
Yes.
I don't think these guys were infected by the black eyes. I think they're just jackasses.
Yes, but I also do not want to take the chance.
I mean, if we didn't take a break, I could have helped us track them down.
I just didn't take any damage, so I was gonna.
Yeah,
I don't
alright,
need
so
the rest.
Give me. You can either each roll an investigation, or you can do it with advantage. Ezekiel.
I will give him advantage because I suck at it.
11.
11. You do not find any black ice, and give me an insight check. You get the
That's
sense
better.
from these notes and the fact that there were multiples of them that these hobgoblins were probably out recruiting, and they've clearly come a long ways.
So not from the area, not the ones that were sold the black ice.
You might presume they were part of the same group that wanted the black ice weapons, but clearly it looks like they're sending out people doing various jobs. You know, you would assume that a hobgoblin army would want weapons, but as well, this might just be a smaller side group that was recruiting people. But it's not necessarily something to worry about today, but it's something to worry about in the future, as the red hand of doom starts clenching a fist somewhere far, far to the south of where you are now. And that's where we're going to end it for the night.
Doom.
Doom!
That's the
Uma.
first syllable of my name.
That was good.
Awesome.
I was real worried.
You were?
Yeah, I'll be honest. Before that started, I was really worried we were gonna lose.
Why?
Hobgoblins are scary, yo.
I mean, of
Yeah,
course they are.
hobgoblins aren't like goblins where they're pushovers. These things can hurt you. I mean, taken by the fact of they took me down to 9 hit points.
True.
Yeah,
And I was subtracting 3 every time I got hit.
We have a
They-
Doom out. We're fine.
Can I talk about the stat block for a second, Patrick? Is that okay?
Yes.
They basically get sneak attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys were spread out enough that, I mean, the only one who really had to face that was Jalkin. Because they also basically get a bless from the captain before you guys put him down as well. And, you know, the ones that survived are smart enough to escape and run away. They don't just stand still and, you know, absorb damage. But you guys did well. I mean, it was the ogre that shockingly saved against all your spells.
And it
I
survived.
had such a good spell against them too. If I hadn't wasted my second level
And it
slot.
survived insults, which is the best part.
Do you want to close it down, Stephanie?
Yes, I will close it down. I would like to thank everyone for watching. First of all, ZLT, Superfan, along with Blood Moon, for chatting in the chat. And then I would like to thank Angel of Light, Commander Root, Host Me, Raffle, Lurks, and S1 Faka for watching. Catch us next week for more D&D goodness. Bye-bye for now.
Ciao.